today Mike is going to talk to us about the bakery line, particularly the breads, honey white, honey wheat, and sourdough. We are in for a treat. Tell us about this. Just add water?
Just add water. Bread mixes, isn't that cool?
I can't believe that.
Yeah, now you can have homemade bread at home without going through all of the work and hassle of making that loaf of homemade bread from a scratch recipe.
Wow.
You still get the great quality and the aroma in your kitchen, but you don't have the worry of putting the recipe together. So these are really exciting products. As you mentioned, we have a honey wheat, a honey white, and a sourdough bread.
Okay.
These are really cool. A couple of great features that are consistent with all the products. These are all add water only mixes. So and I need to put a little asterisk by add water only on our bread mixes, because with the 3 bread mixes you do need to add yeast, instant yeast.
Well, that would make sense.
Makes sense, because you can't really store the yeast in the bread mixes.
Sure.
So with the exception of the yeast, they're add water only. So very quick, very simple. Within 30-40 minutes, you can have a loaf of bread in your home with a great aroma and a great flavor of homemade bread.
Are these like all the other Shirley J products? I mean, we're talking foolproof.
Oh, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Bread is always a little fun to make, because bread is very sensitive at times. But you know, we've taken out so much of the guesswork by adding all the ingredients and having our formulations on the side of the package. Pretty much you just follow those directions and you're gonna have a pretty nice loaf of bread every time you bake.
Oh, there's nothing more fun, is there? Nothing better than coming home to the aroma of bread baking. And I would think then, if that's all I'm doing is adding a little bit of yeast and some water, probably even my children could do this.
Pretty easy. Pretty simple. I'll bet even your husband could do it.
Okay. I'm going to take you up on that one.
Now let me tell you just a couple of really fun things about these bread mixes. When you use the bread mixes in concert with some of our other products, and even with the idea that we promote of universality, you can really see the value of having these bread mixes on your shelf. We have, as an example, the sourdough and the white and the wheat. All 3 make a wonderful pizza crust. You can just follow the directions on the bag for our bread mix and then roll it out into a pizza crust instead of letting it rise into a loaf of bread.
Cool.
You got a great pizza.
Yeah.
You put that together with our pizza pasta sauce or our white cheddar sauce to make an Alfredo topping, and you've got a great Shirley J pizza in just a few minutes.
I can see it all now.
Really good stuff. You can also make dinner rolls. You can make braids, you can make breadsticks. You can do so many things with our bread. We like to do artisan loaves at our house, and my wife will make the loaves in a round. Rather than in the traditional loaf pan, she'll just form them in a round loaf, and we like to dust the top of them with millet or with cornmeal or with oatmeal, or we like to put raisins and cinnamon in them and make a great raisin bed. You can do sunflower seeds. You can do
probably some flax.
Oh yeah, anything that you want to add to it, just throw it in, and you can have a great artisan loaf or a flavor of bread. We really like our pizza pasta seasoning. Use that in concert with our bread mix, and you can make a great Italian bread, a great focaccia bread. You can use the bread mix to make calzones, stuffed loaves. You can make hoagie buns, hot dog buns, hamburger buns.
Wow.
So many different things. It's great. And to have it all in one bag, you can just add some water. I mean, if you're having a barbecue at your house and you want to have some nice homemade hamburger buns, within a half an hour, 45 minutes, you can have beautiful fresh hamburger buns made for your company.
Oh, this is neat. And I would think too that I could even probably cut off little balls and deep fry for my own.
Oh, sure.
My own Indian fry bread.
Yeah, we call that fry bread a lot. That's absolutely perfect, a great use, and you can do it with any of the products. If you want to have a wheat bread to do that with, you can make that, and works beautifully. So, I mean, kind of let your mind wander. Anything that you have, any recipe that you have that calls for bread in any form, works great. It works great as a topping for casseroles, for pot pies, and things like that.
Oh, it would.
Yeah. So, be a little creative. It's a lot of fun, and again, the ease and convenience of having the product on your shelf with just a little bit of water and you're done.
It's beautiful. And what is the shelf life on this?
Well, our bakery products typically will last a couple of years. on the shelf.
Oh, that's great.
Now, bakery mixes in general are notoriously difficult to store, but because of the packaging that we have and so the formulations that we have, we're able to store these pretty easily for a couple of years. Now, we like to say that you don't need to do that because we want you to eat these, and once you taste them, you'll want to eat them, I'm sure.
They're not going to hang around for 2 years.
They're not going to be there very long.
No, sir. This has been so nice to get an in-depth look at these wonderful products. Honey wheat, honey white, and sourdough. I can hardly wait to go home and try this. Thank you. Thanks so much for sharing with us,
welcome.
Mike. And I hope that you will go to our site, shirleyj.com, look for the recipes. Oh, there are a bunch, really good ones, and more information as well. So tell your friends, and until next time, happy cooking.